Welcome to About Mansfield. It's your audio newspaper. I'm Steve Casillo, broadcasting from the Somark Studios, along with the About Mansfield news team. Colleen Daniel, she's out there in Studio West. This is the September 17th, 2025, 289th edition. Coming up, it's Mansfield news, talk, and information.
And a little later in the episode, you will have a chance to win a $25 gift card to a Mansfield restaurant of your choice with our Mansfield Trivia Question, courtesy of Joe Jenkins Insurance.
Let's take a look at the stories we're covering this week.
Trinity Forge reaches a milestone.
Mansfield family mourns triple homicide in Georgetown.
Methodist Mansfield earns national recognition for physician well-being.
And in sports, week 3 of Friday Night Lights, and North Texas SC falls in a shootout.
And in the talk segment, Steve concludes his in-studio talk with North Texas SC General Manager Matt Denny. We are Mansfield's only source for news, talk, and information. This is About Mansfield.
Hey there, it's Luke from Cool Hand Electric. Are you tired of dealing with plugs or lights that just won't cooperate? Well, don't fret. Give us a call. Worried about power outages or surges damaging your precious electronics? We've got you covered. Whether it's a whole house generator or surge protection, our solution-oriented Cool Hands are ready to tailor the perfect option that suits your needs and budget. At Cool Hand Electric, excellence is still cool.
Cool Hand, Cool Hand, Cool Hand, where excellence is still cool.
Looking for a night out that's anything but ordinary? Step into Vault Seafood and Steakhouse, Mansfield's premier upscale dining experience. Savor perfectly aged steaks, fresh seafood, and handcrafted cocktails, all served in a stunning atmosphere. Want more? Enjoy private dining rooms and a cigar lounge for that extra touch of luxury. Vault delivers exceptional flavor in a one-of-a-kind atmosphere. Located at Matlock and Country Club, Vault Seafood and Steakhouse. Unforgettable nights. Unmatched taste.
Hi, I'm Matt Denny, General Manager of North Texas Soccer Club, and you're listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to About Mansfield. This portion of the news is brought to you by Vault Seafood and Steakhouse.
Trinity Forge is celebrating 70 years in operation this week, a legacy of forging strength in our community. Founded in 1955, Trinity Forge first opened its doors in Hearst. In 1973, the company relocated its operations to its current location on Trinity Drive in Mansfield, where it has since become a leading full-service, closed-die forging and precision machining facility. Over 7 decades, Trinity Forge has built forged and machined components for a wide range of industries, from oil and gas and mining to construction, aerospace, and military applications. It has earned top industry certifications that show the company meets strict standards for quality and precision. Local leaders say that Trinity Forge has not only contributed to Mansfield's economy through jobs and industrial growth, but also helped put our community on the map in heavy manufacturing and advanced machining. Its forward-looking adoption of quality control, modern inspection technology, and value-added machining have helped the company stay competitive in changing global markets. As Trinity Forge celebrates 70 years, it reaffirms its role as both a hometown enterprise and a global player, forging ahead, much like the parts it makes.
And Colleen, family members in Mansfield are mourning 3 relatives killed in a triple homicide in Georgetown Saturday night. Police say officers responded to an apartment on Luther Drive near Interstate 35 and Leander Road around 7:30 p.m. When they arrived, they found 3 people dead from gunshot wounds. The victims were identified as 34-year-old Alonzo Hawkins, 39-year-old Denisha Brooks, and her 8-year-old daughter, Olivia. Denisha Brooks' family says she and her daughter moved from Mansfield to Central Texas for a fresh start. Relatives in Mansfield described the loss as devastating, remembering Denisha as protective of her daughter and Hawkins as someone who always brought laughter to the family. Investigators believe the suspect knew the victims. A person of interest has been identified, but no arrests have been made. The Texas Rangers, Williamson County Sheriff's Office, and the ATF are assisting Georgetown police with the investigation. Anyone with information is asked to submit an anonymous tip through Crime Stoppers at 1-800-252-8477. A GoFundMe campaign has been launched to help pay for transporting the bodies back to Mansfield and pending funeral costs.
Methodist Mansfield Medical Center has received bronze recognition from the American Medical Association's Joy in Medicine Health System Recognition Program. The distinction honors hospitals and health systems that implement proven strategies to reduce physician burnout and support professional fulfillment. Methodist Mansfield is one of only 8 hospitals in Texas and 164 nationwide to earn the recognition. The program evaluates organizations on leadership, teamwork, practice efficiency, and support systems aimed at improving workplace culture for medical staff. Physician burnout in the U.S. has decreased from 62.8% in 2021 to 45.2% in 2023, but remains higher than in other industries, highlighting the importance of ongoing efforts to support healthcare teams. The AMA's Joy in Medicine Recognition Program was launched in 2019 and now honors hospitals and medical groups that lead initiatives to foster well-being and quality patient care. Here's a little something for the young ones. It may sound a little fishy because, well, it is. The Texas Freshwater Fisheries Center has opened the 2026 Texas Division of Wildlife Forever's Fish Art Contest. The free program, which combines art and conservation, invites kindergarten through 12th grade students to submit entries by February 28th of next year. Participants must send in a completed entry form along with original artwork of a wild fish found in Texas. Students in grades 4 through 12 are also required to submit a one-page creative writing piece. Winners will be recognized in the Texas Fish Art Calendar, awarded scholarships, featured in an exhibit at the Texas Freshwater Fisheries Center in Athens, Texas, and invited to a family fishing celebration. They will also advance to Wildlife Forever's National Contest. More information on the Texas Fish Art Contest, including rules and entry forms, is available on the Texas Parks and Wildlife website.
A recap of Friday Night Lights and what's ahead this week. We'll talk about it because sports is next.
Hungry for bold flavor and a good time? Head on over to El Primo's to enjoy sizzling fajitas and their signature blue margarita. Enjoy weekend live entertainment and let the kids run wild with an outdoor play area and arcade. Planning a party? Multiple private rooms are available, including the all-new Parrot's Nest to make your event a success. Food, fun, and flavor for the whole family at El Primo's. Visit elprimos.net and bring your appetite. Located at Matlock and Country Club. El Primo's, where the locals go.
In sports, week 3 of high school football saw just one win across Mansfield ISD as the Lake Ridge Eagles edged the Richardson Eagles 37-34. Right now, Lake Ridge is 3-0 and the lone unbeaten team among Mansfield ISD schools. Elsewhere, Argyle topped Timberview 35-27. South Grand Prairie routed Legacy 61-14. And Martin defeated your Mansfield Tigers 74-47 Thursday night, while Summit had the week off. Current records stand at, as we mentioned, Lake Ridge 3-0, undefeated. Legacy stands at 2-1. Summit an even 1-1, while Timberview and Mansfield maintain a 1-2 record with 8 more weeks to play. Looking ahead this Thursday night, Legacy faces Rockwall Heath at Newsom Stadium. Friday night matchups include undefeated Lake Ridge at undefeated North Forney with a 7:30 kickoff. Mansfield travels to Waco Midway, Summit at Burleson, and Timberview plays host to Colleyville Heritage at Newsom. Kickoffs are at 7 p.m. with the exception of Lake Ridge's at 7:30. Around the state, the highest score in week 3. Paducah defeated Wellman Union 82-63, the lowest score in the state. Hale Center downed Wheeler 8-0, and the biggest goose egg in the state. Lufkin traveled 5 hours to Little Rock Southwest in Arkansas and came home with a 76-0 win. In other sports, North Texas SC tied Kansas City 1-1 in regulation Sunday night at Choctaw Stadium, but fell 4-3 in the extra point shootout. Forward Jaden Contreras scored his first professional goal in the 82nd minute off a Sam Sarver assist. After the match, Contreras said that the team, with 3 games left to play, isn't stressed that SC is on the brink of making or missing the playoffs.
I don't think we're stressed out at all. I think that our team knows the quality that we have, and we know that we're a great team when it comes to like the day. So I don't think any of us are stressing out. Rather, just being more focused and just working harder throughout the training week.
Head coach John Gall noted missed chances and late lapses cost the team the W.
We gave a goal up from a set piece that we spend a lot of time working on. We talk to players about certain responsibilities in certain parts of the defensive set pieces. And unfortunately, we didn't do that tonight, and it ultimately cost us.
North Texas now sits at 9-10-6 on the season and holds a 4-2 record in extra point shootouts. The team travels next to face Minnesota United 2 on Sunday at Allianz Field. And that, my friends, is a look at sports. If you have a comment about the show, the news, whatever's on your mind locally, the good, the bad, the ugly, you know you can reach us by voicemail at 817-435-2938. And of course, you know, this is when I normally tell you about a national day of coming up this week. Today, it's a little different. It started last Monday. It continues through October 15th. It's National Hispanic Heritage Month, a time to celebrate the cultures, histories, and contributions of Hispanic and Latin American communities across the United States. From music and art to science, politics, and cuisine, this month-long celebration highlights the many ways Hispanic Americans shape our nation. The date kicks off alongside independence anniversaries for several Latin American countries, and the celebration has grown from 1 week, back in 1968, to its current full month. Communities mark the occasion with festivals, concerts, workshops, and virtual events, while the military honors Hispanic service members past and present. So whether you're dancing to Latin jazz, sampling some new flavors, or learning about inspiring figures, take a moment to celebrate National Hispanic Heritage Month. After all, life is too short for bland tacos.
Coming up after the break, we turn the page to the features section.
I'm Angel Biasatti, and today we're exploring the new advances in healthcare that make a real difference in people's lives. And we'll talk about it in Methodist Mansfield News to Know.
We talk with a photographer drone pilot in this week's 40 Under 40.
In this week's Cocktail of the Week, this cocktail doesn't speak until spoken to. But when it does, lean in and listen.
We are Mansfield's only source for news, talk, and information. I'm Colleen Daniel, and this is About Mansfield.
This portion of the news was brought to you by El Primo's, where the locals go.
Hey there, it's Luke from Cool Hand Electric. Are you tired of dealing with plugs or lights that just won't cooperate? Well, don't fret. Give us a call. Worried about power outages or surges damaging your precious electronics? We've got you covered. Whether it's a whole house generator or surge protection, our solution-oriented Cool Hands are ready to tailor the perfect option that suits your needs and budget. At Cool Hand Electric, excellence is still cool.
Cool hand, cool hand, cool hand, where excellence is still cool.
At Methodist Mansfield Medical Center, we've been caring for our home team for over 15 years. Today, you'll find award-winning physicians on the medical staff, advanced neurosurgery, a Level 3 trauma center, critical care for newborns, and comprehensive orthopedic care. Methodist Mansfield, delivering the care our friends, neighbors, and home team depend on. That's community, and why so many people trust Methodist.
Congratulations to our latest trivia winner, Jess Agostino, who knew that Mansfield was named the pickle capital of Texas by the 83rd Legislature in 2013. When we come back, this week's trivia question. I'm Colleen Daniel, and this is About Mansfield.
Hi, this is Joe Jenkins with Joe Jenkins Farmers Insurance, specializing in auto, home, commercial, and life insurance. I was born and raised here in Mansfield, Texas. We're active in the community, and Mansfield's a town we really care about. Our office has over 30 years' experience in the insurance industry, and we're passionate about what we do and about customer service. For a free quote, please visit our website at joejenkinsinsurance.com or give us a call at 817-472-6058. Once again, that website is joejenkinsinsurance.com.
It is time right here, right now, for the highly coveted, wildly popular About Mansfield Trivia Question. The first person to email the correct answer to trivia@aboutmansfield.com will receive a $25 gift card to a Mansfield restaurant of your choice. It's brought to you by Joe Jenkins Insurance. Whether you're looking for homeowners, auto, commercial, or any other type of insurance, Joe has helped Mansfield area residents understand the insurance coverage that best fit their needs since 2010. You can find him on the internet at joejenkinsinsurance.com. Colleen, it's your turn.
Well, Steve, the Mansfield Historical Museum, located at the corner of Main and Broad Streets in historic Mansfield, hosts thousands of visitors each year with displays that date back as far as the 1800s. This week's trivia question is, in what year did the Mansfield Historical Museum open? Email your answer to trivia@aboutmansfield.com. Again, in what year did the Mansfield Historical Museum open? Good luck, and thanks to Joe Jenkins Insurance for the gift card.
Hi, I'm Dan Hunt, president and co-owner of FC Dallas and North Texas SC, and you're listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to About Mansfield, your audio newspaper. Let's open up the features section. Angel Biasatti is here with information on the advances in high-tech carpal tunnel syndrome procedures. In Methodist Mansfield, news to know. Angel?
Today, we're talking about a condition that affects millions of Americans every year, carpal tunnel syndrome. Carpal tunnel syndrome is one of the most common causes of hand and wrist pain. For many, it makes even the simplest daily tasks, like typing, cooking, or driving, difficult and frustrating. Traditionally, surgery has been the standard treatment for more severe cases of carpal tunnel and lengthy and sometimes uncomfortable recovery. But now there's a new option. Ultrasound-guided carpal tunnel release is a minimally invasive procedure that provides patients with lasting relief, often with less discomfort and a much quicker recovery than traditional surgery. Using advanced ultrasound imaging, doctors can precisely target and release the pressure on the median nerve through an incision no bigger than a few millimeters. Patients often return to normal activities in just a few days, experience less pain after the procedure, and have little to no visible scarring. It's a big step forward in helping people to get back to living and working without the limitations of hand and wrist pain. If you or someone you know is struggling with carpal tunnel syndrome, like tingling, numbness, or weakness in the hand, talk to your doctor about whether this minimally invasive ultrasound procedure could be the right solution. You can also call 214-947-0000 and ask for a physician who specializes in minimally invasive carpal tunnel surgery. At Methodist Mansfield, we're committed to bringing the latest innovations in care to our community so you can get back to doing what you love faster and with greater comfort. For Methodist Mansfield News to Know, I'm Angel Biasatti reporting for the About Mansfield podcast.
The Mansfield Business Alliance recently released their 40 under 40 list. Now 40 people who are under the age of 40 who are the next generation of leaders here in Mansfield. And in the studio today is one of those 40 under 40. She's an award-winning educator turned certified professional photographer with a passion for capturing life's most authentic moments. From weddings, family portraits, to branding and real estate, she brings storytelling and emotion to every image. She's based in downtown Mansfield. She helps run Daydream Photography, all the while teaching real estate agents across North Texas how to level up their visual branding. She's also, this is really cool, a licensed drone pilot. And we welcome Catherine Gann to About Mansfield.
Thank you.
How's it feel to be a 40 under 40?
A little surreal, to be honest. Growing up in the backwoods of North Alabama, I never would have thought I would make it to Texas, much less on an esteemed list in the business world.
Let's talk about the backwoods of Alabama. Where are you? You're obviously from Alabama. Let's drill in a little closer. Where are you from?
From North Alabama, close to Florence. And if you're not sure where Florence is, it's close to Huntsville, which is 2 hours north of Birmingham. So typically one of those someone can relate to.
You have not always been in the photography business. You started as a teacher.
I did, yes.
And tell me about your teaching experience.
So my background is in public education. I was a fifth grade educator for 2 years in Alabama and then in Bryan. And then when I moved up to Fort Worth, I switched down to kindergarten. So I was in the kindergarten classroom at Castleberry ISD for 3 years.
In Fort Worth?
In Fort Worth, yes. West Fort, tiny little town called River Oaks. So, yes.
And Teacher of the Year.
Yes.
So you must have been good at what you did.
I loved it. I loved working with the kids. I was a curriculum writer. I loved helping, professionally build up my colleagues, and the technology aspect of it was one of my favorite parts.
One of the questions that I've been asking almost every 40 under 40 is what's been your biggest challenge? And you were a teacher in 2020.
I was, yes.
And would teaching through COVID be your biggest challenge?
It was up there, paired with the decision to career change. I think both of those put together. And of course, as a photographer, part of why I did wait so long before I went full time is because when you move, you lose all of your clientele. And so you start over in a local area. No one's driving from Alabama to Texas for photos. So, but that decision paired with the challenges that COVID presented in 2020 kind of pushed me off the cliff to take the leap to full time. So
you were a teacher full time. If your bio is correct, teacher full time. Then you went teaching and photography.
Yes.
And now you are a full time photographer.
Correct.
Working with Landon there at Daydream. Yes. You are, as a 40 under 40, a leader in the community. You're aware of that?
Yes.
Okay. Was this something that you were striving to be when Catherine was 10 years old? I want to be a leader in the community. Or was this something that just kind of fell in your lap?
It was, I wouldn't say fell in my lap, but I wouldn't also say that was necessarily a goal of mine. I really haven't ever been about like the accolades and recognition. I'd rather kind of hide in the back of the room, but it just kind of, we've been, we believe that when God opens a door that we walk through it, or at least poke our head inside and see what's in there. So going from, the education world, stepping into photography full time, and then taking on more responsibilities on my photography team kind of forced me into a leadership role.
Before we started recording, you were telling me how busy your studio is.
Yes.
And so that leads into the next question of work-life balance. What do you do in your off time, and how much off time do you get?
It can definitely be a challenge. And it's funny you asked that this week, because Landon and our admin, Dalen, have both been out of town all week. So I've been 3 people this week.
Oh, wow.
So there hasn't been a lot of work-life balance. But typically, we do try to, we say train our agents. Of course, we try to, tell people we have a life outside of work. And if you're texting me at 8 p.m., it might be 8 a.m. before you hear back from me.
Oh. But who in the community has been your influences along the way to where you are now?
I would definitely say Landon as my photography mentor. And, he's the one that took a chance on me to hire me full time out of the education world. So he definitely has been my biggest, career influence. A lot of our real estate agents are incredible as well. I mean, if I sat here and tried to name names, I would get in trouble because I would leave someone out. But there so many real estate agents just do have that amazing professional skill set. And I try to take bits and pieces of each person that I come in contact with and blend those all. They say that you're the sum of the few people that you spend the most time around. So I just try to put myself around successful people and learn from them.
If you were to go back to the backwoods of Alabama, and if you were able to meet 10-year-old Catherine face to face, what advice would you give her?
I would tell her to buckle up.
Buckle up.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I went from small town girl to I became a travel nanny in college with a family that gave me a whole lot of really awesome, really crazy life experiences. And then from there to the classroom, and from there to photography, which has also given me some really cool life adventures. I have this running thing of office of the day that I'll post on social media because I'm never in a true office. It doesn't seem like. So yesterday, my office was on a $13.5 million ranch that's actually listed for sale if you're interested in West Fort Worth. But going and doing branding photos for the agent there, and it might be in Denver for a medical conference where I'm doing physician headshots, or just wherever the clients are, that's where we go to. So
your office of the day.
Yes, my office of the day.
Tell me about being a drone pilot. How did you? Because I own a drone.
Yes.
It's like that big,
right?
And you can't run it during a windy day because it's there's no controlling.
There are limits.
But yeah, tell me about being a drone pilot.
So that was one of the requirements, that you have to be a licensed drone pilot in order to use your images commercially. And if there's money exchanged for those images, then of course that then becomes a commercial product. So in order to legally operate the drone and use it for daydream purposes for our real estate photography, then I did need to get a license. And so initially, I purchased it thinking, oh, this is going to be fun for vacation photos. Yeah. But then I, kind of started talking with Landon, and I was like, I think I can make some money with this thing. And so in 2019, I got my drone license. And then ironically, that had set me up that summer before I went back to teaching. That set me up for the 2019-2020 school year, which I had no clue that was coming. But now we've actually grown to where we have 7 female licensed drone pilots on our team. And that has to be some kind of a record somewhere. And then, of course, we have a couple of guys as well. But I just think it's so cool that I've now been able to help mentor the other girls on our team through the process to get their license.
So a $13 million ranch, you would take the drone out there and fly it not only around the house, but around the property.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Our typical drone add-on for real estate is 5 basic photos that just show the corners of the property and maybe 190 degrees down, just to show where everything is in relation to each other. But of course, for ranch and large acreage, we're packing up and we're hopping on the side-by-side and taking off down to the barn and then to the pond and then to this was a training facility for cutting horses. So we might do some of the arena. So it's a different ball game when you get into the large acreage world, for sure.
Do you drone inside the house?
I have before, and I say that very hesitantly. I will definitely measure the risk versus benefit before I do that. And most of what I've done recently has been for Home Zone Furniture with their warehouse, and we've done a lot of drone work for them. In fact, I don't know if you saw the viral Luca commercial where Bree sat down with the sofa and had to inform it that they were trading their best-selling sofa. But then, of course, in the end, they brought the trade back. But they spoofed the Luca trade when he came back to Dallas to play, and all of the drone work in that commercial I filmed. So that's a big open warehouse, right? And on my future to-do list is to get an FPV drone, or first-person view, which is you're in the goggles and you're flying as you're viewing it. So there's some really cool creative content potential with those, and that's on my bucket list.
Very cool. Very cool. So you're expanding your experience.
Yes.
I always like to conclude these interviews with basically an open mic. If you have any shout outs, if you have any thank yous, if you have any words of advice, anything that's on your mind, Catherine, the mic is yours. And
perfect. Thank you. Yeah, no pressure. I mean, of course, to my mentors in the photography world, I've been super blessed I feel like that the people that have come into my life have been very, very big blessings and have entered my life just at the exact right time, and the connections I've been able to make and in and out of Mansfield both. But I actually have moved to Mansfield since I started working here, and I've just loved the community that's found in this town. So thank you very much for having me as well. I appreciate the feature.
Catherine Gann.
Nice to meet you.
40 under 40. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thanks for being on About Mansfield.
Yes, thank you.
Shaken or stirred, you know it's going to be good, as Brian Certain serves up a drink suitable for anyone who likes a good cognac. And who doesn't? In this week's Cocktail of the Week. Brian.
It's not flashy. It's not trendy. It's classically constructed, perfectly pressed, and definitely not showing up in a can. This is your sharp-dressed uncle who still wears cufflinks and pulls them off. This week's Fashion Week flair, we're tipping our hat to the London Fashion Week with a cocktail structured as a Savile Row suit, the Savile Row Sazerac. It's a twist on the New Orleans classic, but with a nod to British refinement. Earl Grey tea, a cognac backbone, and a whisper of absinthe, because true style, it's always in the details. What do we need to make this beautiful cocktail? 1.5 ounces of a good cognac. I say good cognac because really, who wants to drink bad cognac? You need 1/2 ounce of rye whiskey. You need 1 bar spoon of Earl Grey simple syrup, 2 dashes of Pachan's bitters, an absinthe rinse, and a lemon twist. How do we make it? You're going to rinse a chilled rocks glass with absinthe, then discard the excess. Then in a mixing glass, stir in the cognac, the rye, the syrup, and the bitters over ice until chilled. Strain into the rinsed rocks glass, no ice, and express a lemon twist over the top and drop it in. This version blends French opulence with British elegance. The Earl Grey adds soft tannins and bergamot. The cognac smooths out the rye's spice, and the absinthe, well, it's the pocket square. Little trivia. The original Sazerac dates back to the 1850s and is considered America's first cocktail. Born in New Orleans, but French in spirit. Today's variation lends more toward the West End than the French Quarter, but keeps the soul intact. As always, I'm open to hear your take and your input. You can reach me at brian@bourbongospel.com. And until next week, as Mark Twain said, too much of anything is bad, but too much whiskey is barely enough. Reporting for the About Mansfield podcast, I'm Brian Certain.
We're back in 60 seconds with the conclusion of Steve's interview with North Texas SC General Manager Matt Denny.
Imagine a city where innovation knows no bounds, where dreams take flight, and the future unfolds before your very eyes. Welcome to Mansfield, a beacon of growth and a testament to vision. In the heart of Mansfield, a remarkable transformation is underway. But it's not just about the physical landscape. It's about the spirit that drives us forward. A spirit of collaboration that bridges cultures, a spirit of entrepreneurship that fuels prosperity, and a spirit of community that binds us as one. Mansfield is more than just a place. It's a canvas where diversity paints the picture of progress. From art festivals that ignite creativity to tech hubs that redefine boundaries, this city celebrates every voice, every passion. Mansfield, where growth knows no limits and the vision is limitless. Brought to you by the unstoppable spirit of the Mansfield Economic Development Corporation.
Hi, I'm Stevie Dawn Carter, Executive Director of the Fleetwood Project, and you're listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to another segment of About Mansfield. I'm Steve Casillo as we make the transition from news to talk. Today and this week, we conclude our interview with North Texas Soccer Club General Manager Matt Denny. Enjoy. Now, when I think of soccer players, Pele, Messi, Ronaldo, they all wore number 10. Who's wearing number 10 for SC?
Right now, we've had Pedrinho playing the 10. We've had, several players will play the 10 for us, and we kind of mix it up a little bit, but it varies. It varies game by game because it's not the number 10. A lot of our players have different numbers because they have higher numbers because they're in the second team or they're deeper on the roster on the first team. So that position is mixed, but we don't know each game what team we've got, basically. So for example, I said this game we had 6 first-team players come down.
Yeah.
There may be another game where we don't have any first-team players. So every week we've got a different roster, a different squad, and it's very interesting, and it's one of the challenges for our coach and anyone involved in second-team football is every week it's a completely different roster.
And so
within reason.
A player can wear a different number from game to game?
No, they're set on a number. So
okay.
I'm going to go back. So when you say number 10, it's more of a position. In soccer, there's different numbers. So 7 is a right winger, 11 is a left winger. Number 10 is an attacking midfielder. So when you say number 10, it's not always the number, it's the position. So
gotcha.
we're going to get you up to speed on everything, and you're gonna learn once the stadium's built.
Now, ChatGPT told me that number 10 is usually the most influential player on the team, perhaps the best player on the team, maybe even the captain of the team.
Yeah, historically, that number 10 position, if there's a starter that's playing that position, they will pick the number 10.
Okay.
They don't have to be the number 10. But yeah, that is historically, it's, I guess, like you would say the quarterback's the most influential in football, right? So it's definitely that, but
also is a midfield striker.
Attacking midfielder, yeah. They pull the strings, basically. And they pull the strings up and make the attack what it is. So, but like you talk about different numbers. There's obviously like David Beckham is iconic. He's number 7, right? But he went to Real Madrid and he wore number 23. So they play that position, but they don't have to have that number. But number 10s historically, you are right, is the most desirable number, and probably jersey sales around the world. There's probably number 10 is the number 1 selling because of that.
Coaching styles. Is there a Ted Lasso here in the United States?
A Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
So Ted Lasso his whole premise is that he doesn't really know much about football. So I think that would be an insult if I said to somebody.
But no, it's all about attitude and building up the community, not only the community but the community of the team and the positivity.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, even when you look at now, our head coach, John Gall, that's his whole thing. He's got to get people to buy into the project, buy into putting everything on the field. And the same with Eric Quill on the first team. So the FC Dallas coach, Eric Quill, was the North Texas coach back in 2019 when we won a championship. So he's come full circle as well. But I think we do a good job at FC Dallas, North Texas, is getting those good people that really are able to influence the young players coming through and put them on the right track. So I think yes, in that aspect, we've got great coaches here, and but they know a lot more about football than Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. Let's talk about the Mansfield Stadium.
Yeah.
So it's currently under construction. People can go out and drive up and down the toll road 360 at between Lone Star and Heritage Parkway. They can see. I got pretty excited when I saw the first set of stands going up, and now the second set of stands is being constructed. How are we doing on construction?
It's on track. So it's moving so fast. It's like you said, you could go 2 weeks and it's completely different. So they've got the structure on the east, the structure on the west. They put the prefab concrete in where the seats are actually going to be. And just this week, they've started putting in the trusses for the roof structure. So I think there's 4 in now. And it's just amazing to see, and it's really taking shape. So it's on track, and it has to be to host a World Cup team to be here. So they're doing a great job, and they're moving so fast. It's great to see.
A question that I see on social media a lot: why does Mansfield need a soccer stadium?
So I think it's more than a stadium. It's a central point for the community, and the community is just in my conversations, they want things in their community to be proud of. They want events, and they have Arlington down the street, but people don't want to go to Arlington, and people don't want to have to drive to Dallas. But this is going to be a center block to really grow that whole Staybolt district. Mm-hmm. There's soccer games, but there's going to be concerts. I'm sure there's going to be 5Ks and just a lot of events around the community that everyone will benefit from. So the feedback I have is people are so excited, and it's not just soccer fans. We have people that are like, I live walking distance from a stadium. I need to get season tickets.
Yeah.
They don't really grow up with soccer, but they want an event and they want something to go to call their own.
Well, at North Texas SC plays roughly how many home games a year?
14
home games a year. Yet Rev Entertainment, who will be managing the stadium, has promised 150 events a year.
Right.
So 10% of the events taking place are actually soccer games.
Yeah, there's going to be something for everybody, and yeah, it's not just soccer. So we're going to be the primary tenant, and we're excited for it, but it's going to be a lot more.
And it's going to be new and shiny, and it's going to smell nice.
The stadium is so thoughtfully built. It's just remarkable. They've got a club space. The lower level seating is essentially courtside seats. They've got suites. The second level, the roof structure, obviously having that is phenomenal. But the view from even the second level is going to be so intimate and so special. And then on the south end, they have the bar running the length of or the width of the field. It's every time we look at
it's got a bar.
Yeah.
Yes. And did I hear something like it's like the longest bar in Mansfield or the county or the state? Or
I've heard rumors, but I can't. I want to fact check before this is put on record completely. But it's the longest bar in outdoor sports in North America, I think, is what somebody has said. But we need to fact check that to be really sure.
Hey, Andrew, can you fact check that, please? The longest bar in outdoor sports.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah,
We won't go on record with that.
Yeah, fact check. But it's a great concept, and it's again it's a world-class facility. That's another component of a stadium that's so fought for. It's not all about the bar, but the club space, said the suites, and the bar's actually opens to the inside of the stadium, and there's a pavilion plaza on the outside. On a non-game day, the bar can open to the outside, so you could have a Friday night, small acoustic concert with service to that, or a farmer's market where you can do that, or a 5K where you end at that location and you have.
So one side of the bar is inside the stadium, the other side of the bar faces outside.
It can. Yeah, It can open and close. So just things like that, again, so thoughtful. We have a team store that's going to be located there, but it's not just a North Texas team store. It's a Soccer 90 retail location, which will be open Monday through Friday. Things like the World Cup, they will have jerseys in there for World Cup teams. We're working on activations within that space. So say we have a World Cup team here and Ricardo Pepe's that's staying down the street, we may see if we can get players to do autograph signings for the community and come in there. So again, there's so many things, and that whole district is just going to be so activated with cool things to do.
Very important question about the stadium. How's the press box?
Press box is phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's a great space. And again, I'd say it's a world-class facility, but it really is. It's built for the long term. It's built to host high-profile events, and it's not something that's cutting corners where it needs to. So
now, in my hand, obviously the listeners can't see it because this is audio only, but now we are recording this on Tuesday, August 26th. A mailer just went out to every Mansfield resident about an exclusive presale.
Yeah.
And can you explain what I'm holding in my hand here?
So we're really adamant about us being a community club. We want to be involved in the community. We want to find opportunity for Mansfield residents. So one of the things we thought is when we go on sale, why not go to Mansfield residents first? So this mailer is basically the opportunity for Mansfield residents to get the first pick of the seats. We've got a free T-shirt in there for everybody that says founding member. And it's really our chance to make sure Mansfield residents get first right of refusal and first opportunity. So that will be hitting hopefully everybody's homes later on today.
And founding member benefits, best seat locations, again, 14-match season, 6-month 0% interest payment plan, priority access to playoff tickets, 25% off merchandise, member parking rate. So they get their own.
Yeah, so we're working on the parking details, and we're kind of close to finalizing everything there, but we'll have a discounted rate for season members. So just another thing we want to take care of and make sure they have opportunity to take advantage of that.
And as a founding member, your name goes up on the founding member wall at the stadium. This is very cool.
Thank you. No, we're excited. And the founding member wall, we're going to find a location where we have the actual founding members' names on a sign in the wall and in the stadium. And the thing we've done is we've been really cognizant of price point, and our goal is to have a full building, and we've priced it accordingly. We're not setting these prices high, we're setting the prices where there's an option for everybody. We have season tickets starting as low as $10 a game. So we want people to come, we want people to enjoy it, And it's another caveat to our player development. If we have a full stadium, the players are getting that experience and it's helping their development. That when they sign for the first team, I have to go play in front of 80,000 people, they're more ready than they would have been.
To be a founding member, do you have to buy season tickets? Or
Yeah. So
Okay.
a founding member is a season ticket member that is a founding member. So it's just our kind of, nobody's ever going to have sat in those seats before. That's their seat, and they get the opportunity to maintain that, and keep their seat forever if they choose to. So,
and today being, again, the recording date, Tuesday the 26th, this has already gone on sale.
As of this morning.
Through September 9th.
Correct. And then September 10th, we'll go on general sale to the public, and that's where we'll go broader. And, we've got some good plans for that. So
if someone wanted more information on purchasing tickets, where would they go?
So we actually, you could email ntctickets@fcdallas.com. The mailer has a QR code and the details if they receive the mailer. But we also have an office. We just opened up an office on Regency Parkway. So if anyone's driven down Regency Parkway recently, there is a huge mural artwork on the side of the building that will show you where we are. But it's 99 Regency, and we have a preview center in there. And we actually have staff in place now. A big thing is we want to have a location that's in Mansfield. We felt really important. Again, we want to be a community club. We don't have offices here. We're not walking the walk. So we have staff there that anyone could stop by. We have a huge seating chart on the inside the building and preview center. We'll have a 3D model in there, and people can literally look at the seating chart and pick the seats that are available and stick a sticker on the wall if they want to pick their seats in person.
And you said that's 99 Regency Parkway.
Correct. Yep.
Right across the street from the YMCA.
Yep.
Okay. That's a lot of people know where that is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you drive by, you can't miss it. It's literally branded North Texas, and I'd encourage everyone to stop by and just come say hello.
And again, the email address, ntsctickets@fcdallas.com.
Correct.
Matt, are you a music fan?
Not really.
Not really?
Not really. I mean, I enjoy music just on the radio, but it's I kind of take it or leave it.
Okay. So I'm not going to ask about what's on your Spotify playlist.
No, literally, I turn the radio on. I've started listening to podcasts. So I'm sharing time between the Frisco offices and Mansfield, and it's I'm turning my car into an office to make those long calls on the drive, but I'm also starting to listen to a few podcasts and enjoying that now, getting into that.
Aside from About Mansfield, what other podcasts are you listening to?
So the best one for me right now is one called Excellent Leadership, and it's actually about sports leadership.
Okay.
And it goes and they interview presidents, GMs, technical directors, sporting directors for major sports. So they've had people from Kansas City Chiefs to all MLS teams, minor league, Major League Baseball.
Well, if I recall,
really cool.
part of FC Dallas has a relationship with the Kansas City Chiefs. Do they not?
Yeah. They do. So our owners, Dan and Clark Hunt, obviously they own the Chiefs, FC Dallas. Just a great sports family and so invested in growing the sport. And that's a big reason why North Texas SC is not FC Dallas 2 or FC Dallas B. The goal when we started the team in 2019 was to grow the sport in the Metroplex. And we could play in Frisco. We've got a stadium. It's nice and easy. Mm-hmm. But we wanted to go to places where if someone in Mansfield wants to go to an FC Dallas game, it's a commute. And that's what we're competing with. It's an hour drive there, hour drive back. If you got young kids, it's not convenient. So we actually did a heat map of our ticket buyers for FC Dallas.
Yeah.
And we found that, 45 minutes and out, that's the factor where people are coming to 1 or 2 games. They're not buying season tickets. They're not coming to 5 or 6 games. So we feel like there's soccer fans in this area. We want to serve that. And it's great, again, that we can serve that community, but it's great for our players to feel like we're the Mansfield team. And we're really focused. We'll do hospital visits. We're going to go to elementary schools and read books to the kids. We're going to do a series of community clinics. So we're really focused on that. And we feel that we help the players when they get exposed to doing those things. It helps them as a professional player. It's getting them ready for when they make the big leagues.
It's Friday night. The season's over. you're doing nothing. What are you doing in North Texas to spend on a Friday night?
Personally, I'm finding time with my family. It's very hard, and it's the time's going fast. So I'm just finding time with my kids and savoring those moments. I've got 3 young kids, and definitely it's as you probably know, time flies and they get big quick, and
they do. Now a 14 home game season usually means then a 28 game or a 28 match season.
Hopefully more with playoffs.
Right. And so you're looking at over half a year.
Yeah,
right?
Our season typically is March through October and then the postseason. So it's a game a week essentially.
But that takes you away from your family, especially if you're on the road. And so Friday night you're spending time with your kids and your wife.
Yeah. But I've got 2 kids that play soccer, so that's pulling me in every which direction too. So they're really they're getting into it, and they seem to have tournaments every other weekend and a lot of games. But it's so much fun, and it's, as I say, it goes back to sharing those moments with the family. My kids play soccer now, and I see the impact of the families that are on the teams too, and how it's just cool. Any sport that people are involved in, there's just moments that you can't replicate in other areas of life.
Your kids, obviously born here in America.
Yeah.
Have you taken any English traditions and taught them the way of your homeland?
So they do say a few words like garage and garage at school that they get called out on. But we do a Christmas dinner where we do the crackers where you pull and wear the paper hats. That's definitely something is very, very English with Yorkshire puddings, and you don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. The blank stare kind of gave it away.
Yeah, Christmas traditions. Yeah, but yeah, we're. It's cool because you can start to embrace. We do a big Thanksgiving and we enjoy that, and best of both worlds.
Thanksgiving is American.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They get to enjoy both worlds. So we're here and just trying to fit in, I guess.
Matt, you seem to have a pretty good sense of humor. We do here at the people who sit in that very chair right there, what's called the lightning round. It is 10 very simple this or that questions, and if you're game,
yeah,
okay, let's do it. Then it starts off very simple: night or day?
Night.
City skyline or countryside view?
City all day.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Do you have any pets?
I do. I've got one. I think it was a Bernedoodle. A mini Bernedoodle called Leo, after Leo Messi. My kids named him.
Nice. Netflix or movie theater?
Netflix.
Fish and chips or barbecue?
Fish and chips.
With vinegar?
Salt and vinegar, yeah.
Salt and vinegar. Road trip or flying?
Flying.
Comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Music playlist or talk radio?
Talk radio.
There we go. We talked about that already. Big party or small gathering?
Small gathering.
And classic car or new tech car?
New tech.
Would you rather be driving a Tesla than a Chevy Camaro?
Probably. I really don't like when cars break down or go wrong.
Yeah.
So I love classic cars, but owning one, I think it'd be a lot of work, and I don't want to be on the side of the road in Texas heat.
It's not a good place to be. To the listeners, now is your chance for the Mansfield Resident exclusive pre-sale. It happens through September 9th. And if you want to visit them, go to 99 Regency Parkway right here in Mansfield. If you want more information via email, ntsctickets@fcdallas.com. And the new stadium's coming.
It's coming, and it'll be here before we know it. But we're so excited for it. The whole organization just is so excited to get that first game going, scoring that first goal, and the community. I've got so many good conversations and excitement around, and we feel really welcome here. We think there's great people in Mansfield, and they've made us feel so welcome, and we're just going to pay it forward and create a really amazing experience, a great game day atmosphere, and I say we're putting a lot of energy into this to make it everything it can be. So we cannot wait for the stadium to be built, and as I say, get that first game going and be Mansfield's team.
General Manager and Vice President Matt Denny, I can't wait. And I know there are a lot of Mansfield residents who can't wait. So we'll see you when the season starts here in Mansfield.
Thank you so much. I had a great time. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on About Mansfield. Coming up next week on About Mansfield, we will have an in-studio guest who will share some tips on how you can become a better public speaker. In the meantime, this is the place where you'll hear the latest Mansfield news, talk, and information. Until then, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, engage, connect, amplify, elevate, celebrate, embrace, explore, share, love, or support this podcast if you haven't already. It's a mouthful, man. So you never miss an episode. It's free and it's easy. Head on over to our website, aboutmansfield.com, and enter your email address right there on the homepage. We will never, ever send you any spam. We promise.
About Mansfield is recorded at Podcast Mansfield Recording Studio. Hosts, Steve Casillo and Colleen Daniel. Moment with the Mayor feature, Michael Evans. Methodist Mansfield News to Know, Angel Biasatti. Cultural Arts Calendar, Tim Roberts. Cocktail of the Week, Brian Certain. Post-production, editing, mixing, and mastering, Steve Casillo and Andrew Miner.
This podcast is copyrighted by Podcast Mansfield Recording Studio and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this podcast without prior written consent is strictly prohibited. We thank you all for listening on behalf of the entire news team. I'm Steve Casillo, and this is About Mansfield.